Hey guys, NunoTheDude here again, making another face video. You might see the title and be kind of offended, but everything that I'm saying here is what I actually feel, and I kind of want to talk about it because it's been on my mind, just bothering me, and because no one is my friend. I don't have a family, I don't have anything, so I would like to talk about it, even if it's just for the corporations or the AI to data scrape this video. In any case, if you've seen the video, I titled I want to have cancer and parenthesis living to die. And I kind of want to make a revelation because I just need to talk about it with someone, anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. When I was 17 years old, I developed sort of like lumps around my body. Like they went from being like this to being around this, which still small, but I would say a bit concerning because I don't know if it's cancer, I don't know what the fuck it is. At the time that I was 17, I was like in 10th or 11th grade, and during this time I did the exams. The doctor didn't tell me what it was, but he said that it might be serious and I need to check it out, well, more consistently or regularly because it might develop into something worse. He didn't tell me what it was. I don't want to assume cancer, but might be, might not. But he told me that I should check it regularly to kind of see what's up and what it exactly is. So he didn't tell me, but he alluded that it might be something serious. And ever since that time, I had found a sort of like escape. That was the catalyst that made me want to live to die, if that makes sense. I will explain it in a second, but by having that revelation that it might be something serious, I started hoping eventually that it might develop into something serious, and then I will Fortnite, right? I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want YouTube to remove it, but if you're a smart boy and girl, I think you know what I'm alluding to, which is unliving, okay? I'll just say that. And ever since I was 17 or something like that, I've spent the rest of my life from my late teens to early 20s and now hoping that I will develop cancer and then Fortnite. That has been my biggest goal towards my life, and that has been my biggest hope for my future, because my life has been a complete and utter nightmare in hell. I've made a few videos. If you want more context, go watch that. I'm not gonna repeat myself, but my life has been so shit to the point where for these past couple of years I've been living with the possibility that I might Fortnite, and not being afraid of that outcome, but in fact hoping and expecting that one day it will happen. One day these lumps that I have on my here and a few parts of my body, hopefully that will develop into something serious, and then I will finally be rid of this life, because I'm too cowardly to Fortnite myself. So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about it, and I don't know, it feels kind of good to just let it out. But at the same time, it kind of makes me reflect on how shitty my life has been and how depressing and just nothing it has been, you know? Because all the things that I want, or most of them, are no longer possible. Like friends, I don't think I'm ever gonna make friends. I will never have a girlfriend. I will never have motherly or fatherly love. I will never know what that is like. And I have spent the rest of my life regretting the choices I have made and living with its consequences, and with the fact that ever since I was 17, I gave up on myself, my studies, my dreams, and I've been living in a sort of haze where my life just was nothing, you know? And I don't know how to feel about it. I kind of want to cry, but I just can't. I don't know. Talking about my own mortality and the fact that I do want to have cancer is just, man, it's fucked up, isn't it? So yeah, ever since that time, I've lived my life just giving up on my dreams and living through the motions, and just kind of like buying time. Now that I think about it and reflect on my life, my whole life ever since that purpose or since that moment has just been me stalling for time, me fighting a battle of attrition to not face reality, you know, because ever since that happened, you know, my 17 years when this started to happen, I think it's like swollen lymph nodes or something, but for them to be swollen for this many years and for me to like still have these lumps, I don't know, it seems like it might be something serious. I hope so. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've been like essentially like stalling for time and hoping that again I will just die. And during these moments of my life, all I've ever done was live my life as a neet or a hikikomori. And all I ever did was play video games, watch anime, try to make friends online, but now that's impossible because I'm too old now for people online. People are usually like younger than me. I've spent all my life just, you know, yeah, playing games, watching anime, drawing, making YouTube videos. At one point in my life, I actually did YouTube quite feverishly. I don't know how you say it in English, but I did like artistic pursuits, 3D modeling, map making for Team Fortress 2. I did a lot of things, and I'm actually pretty happy with those, because if I can't make friends, then I think me spending my time just playing games and anime and making YouTube videos, drawing, all that stuff, I don't regret it. I had a lot of fun, and I found a lot of meaning when I was living as a NEET. I don't look at back at that time with regret or loss, because even though I was doing nothing with my life, at least I was engaging in those pursuits, all of the things that actually made me passionate about living, the things that actually give me meaning in life. So for me to have had that life, I am grateful. And it doesn't matter what happened from here. It doesn't matter if I Fortnite. It doesn't matter if I have to Fortnite myself instead of a disease that I hope I will get, some terminal illness that will end me. If that doesn't happen, then I will have to Fortnite myself eventually. So if that comes to pass, then I don't feel sadness, because at least I was able to live my life the way I wanted. I chose to not be a part of this hellhole, and I managed to buy enough time to just do the things that I wanted within possibility. So I don't know. I don't feel regrets. I'm really glad and grateful to have had that possibility of not having been a wage slave for that long, And I spent most of my life just being a neet in a hikikomori. I don't regret it, because if all that awaits me is a life of regrets and just being a wage slave working something I don't like for the rest of my life because I have no talent, then I don't know, man. For me, this is the best alternative. I don't regret it at all. So yeah, this has been my life. Living to die. Living, expecting and hoping that this thing will turn into a terminal illness that will end me. How fucked up is that, dude? And I honestly, after reflecting, I never knew how dark that sentence would be. Holy fuck. Ever since I was 17, I've been hoping to die with a terminal illness. That's fucked up, man. That's pretty dark. And as I said, I've just been buying time, And when I said I've been buying time, I mean that when I was in my teens, I never worked at McDonald's or any other place that a lot of people might expect. I didn't get a part-time. I didn't get anything. I just played video games and watched anime. My late teens and my early 20s, as I said, I started living on my own. I had my own money from my savings when I was working as a wage slave and manual labor, and then COVID, all of that was also pain. I just wasted 2 years or 3 of my youth when I could have used it for something else. So yeah, I've just been a NEET my whole life, and I did that as a way to buy time to just come to terms with the fact that I want to Fortnite myself eventually. Yeah. And I've just been buying time because, so I can just play games and do the things that I want to do. So I don't know. And when I say battle of attrition, I mean that in a way that's, for example, as I said, I lived as a hikikomori and NEET from my savings for my whole early 20s and late teens. And I eventually went to college. At the time, my excuse was to essentially, how do I say it? My excuse was I wanted to finally start living and get a career that I wanted. But looking back, that was not my main goal when coming into college. My main goal when coming into college was get my scholarship, which I have, and have a cheap place to live in a bigger city, because in the past I was living in the boonies in the middle of nowhere. And the reason why I came to college was First of all, to avoid being a wage slave and avoid facing adult life. And second was to maybe do my dreams and finally follow my passions. Looking back, that was a very dumb excuse, because my main excuse, as I said, was to just buy time and fight this battle of attrition to not have to face the real world and adult life, you know. As I said, my whole life ever since that day has been to just kind of buy time for me to just do the things that I enjoy and hopefully come to terms with the fact that I'm gonna have to afford that myself eventually. So, I don't know. That's really fucked up, isn't it? I don't know. I think I'm repeating myself. I have ADHD, so I don't really know what my point is. I guess I'm just saying I've been fighting a battle of attrition ever since I was 17 years old, and knowing that I might have some sort of illness because of this means that I was happy for the first time in my life. I was like uncomfortably happy and elated with the fact that I might finally be able to get a ticket out of this world, because I was too coward to do it myself at the time. And ever since that time, COVID happened, my life was a living hell, and I started living as a neet and a hikikomori so I could just avoid responsibility and avoid being an adult. And from that time, I've just been doing that sort of thing. And even to this day, where I'm in college, I could have left a long time ago, but I'm in college because I have a scholarship and I don't have to get a 9 to 5. So if that is the case, then I'm going to continue here as long as possible. And eventually, when they kick me out because of my grades or because I run out of money, then that is the time when I will finally afford that myself. So I don't want to do that because I'm too cowardly. So I'm hoping secretly, not anymore because I'm making this video, that some sort of illness will kill me. Fortnite myself video, sorry. And hopefully I will finally just stop existing, because that has been my fantasy for ever since I was 17 years old, where I want to Fortnite myself. But ideally, I would want some sort of terminal illness to Fortnite me. In a year, in a few months, few weeks, hours, doesn't matter. I just want some sort of illness. So I don't know if God is listening, because I don't think God exists. It's just a social construct, but I'll play fiddle. If God exists, the only thing I wish for is for a terminal illness to Fortnite me in the least painful way possible. I just want to have a few moments of peace before I can finally die. And I don't want to feel any pain. So if I can just have sort of terminal illness, that's what I want. I don't want to live until I'm 25. I want to Fortnite myself in the next year. And that is the goal that I want to set up for myself if things don't go well. Because for now, I'm going to try and focus on my freelancing abilities, because I want to be an artist and a manga maker, a mangaka, whatever. So, digital illustrator or mangaka. That is my dream that I want to follow. I don't have talent, so I'm going to try and focus on that for this year and the next one. And if it doesn't happen, then 26 is going to be the time when I really have to start putting those plans in motion and finally facing the reality that this might not be the thing that ends me, but I have to do it myself. And the fact that that has been my conclusion for all these years, and the fact that I've been living to die is just so depressing. But yeah, I wanted to make this video. I feel a bit better, honestly, and finally I have it out of my chest, so yeah, amazing. For now, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna finish Metaphor Refantasio, because I've been playing that game and taking a break from art. And after I finish Metaphor, I guess I'm just gonna start focusing on my art, if possible. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my remaining life. Just playing games, watching anime, and doing the things that I've always been doing up to this point. Just buying time until the inevitable. Just fighting a battle of attrition that I will eventually lose. So, goodbye.